I've been working on a Terran Taunt Warrior, and I really like it. I've been winning games, and I was honestly going to do something else today, but my stream got cut short previously, and I just so wanted to play it that I just realized I'm an adult and I get to do as I please. Let's introduce the Terran Taunt Warrior. So the idea behind this list is that we have the Terran shell of concussive shells, starport, liftoff, plus Arcanite Defense Crystal as another really high-value starship piece, plus Jim Raynor to provide this stabilizing base, and of course Jim Raynor is a payoff for some of the early Terran stuff. But what's the rest of the deck look like? Well, these buy enough time for us to start really getting some juicy late-game stuff going. New Heights, of course, allows us to enable even bigger plays later on. But a pair of Tortolan Travelers as a form of pseudo-ramp, because you play this, you can draw your Ziliax, you can draw your Arcanite Defense Crystals or Ham, so on and so forth. And then the high end is a pretty proactive set of face smashers. We have Ham the Hungry to allow us to play Druid cards, which of course we're going to be running Hydration Station. I used to be running 2 copies of Sleep Under the Stars. I've started to run 1 because I'm looking to put in more high-impact things like Inventor Boom to resurrect 2 friendly mechs. Which mechs? Well, all the Terran pieces form a mech starship, so it will resurrect your most expensive starship. And of course, Ziliax Deluxe 3000. That's terrific. Also, there's enough Ziliaxes floating around that I like Bob the Bartender. It's just a good way to just tuck it into your hand, or to disrupt people that are trying to cause a creature to die to get resurrected later, such as me. I also have found extraordinary merit out of Boom Boss Thogron. Because we're going super duper long, some of the stuff that's in ETC's sideboard is Photographer Fizzle. This is the most frequent one that I pick up to just give me a little extra one-time boost, or Exodar for a little extra one-time boost in certain matchups. And of course, if we're going to Fatigue, we can always have the Kill Jaden. I'm not exactly sure about the sideboard. This list has been solid for me, including against some of the really annoying Zerg DK lists. And you'll notice that I actually only have 27 cards in here. 27. And I want to show the ones that I'm currently considering putting in. So, first of all, I was running Sanitize, but I'm kind of thinking Brawl, because Sanitize costs 6 and it deals damage. There's a lot of Divine Shield floating around. So I'm going to try this. And I know that looks insane, but I'm picking this because I've seen a lot of Legend streamers just using this, and a lot of Legend lists using this. Also, I'm not 100% certain that this is a good play to include the Yamato Cannon, but I've been feeling okay about it, and it's the low end where I tend to have the most concern. I do think an alternative consideration is the thing that deals damage to everything, yeah. Aftershocks. Deals 1 damage to all minions 3 times. There's some annoying aggro stuff, but I'm having some concerns with cards like Aftershocks, or maybe more commonly, a card like Hostile Invader that's just dealing 2 damage and 2 damage and 2 damage, especially given the preponderance of Zerg Death Knights, which get very large units. I'm trying Brawl. Brawl is one of these cards that I think has been, for so long, just considered, you know. And this meta just feels great. Just feels really, really, really good.
Victory or death.
So we're up against Shaman. Typically, Shaman lists are trying to do the Meteor nonsense. Alright, well, looks like I have my play. King Worth. Says, I know you're a Magic the Gathering fan. How does it feel going back to Hearthstone? I really, really like Hearthstone a lot. So one of the reasons why I pulled back to a single Sleep Under the Stars is that this was just clogging my hand so much. Okay, now this is an interesting option. Traditional logic would suggest that the earlier you play these cards, the better. We actually have a pretty good suite of cheap cards, and I tend to view New Heights as like a turn 7, 8, 9 play a lot of the time. Given that this is not that aggressive, I am going to do this. Because then next turn I can Tortolan Traveler and do this. But I'm unlikely to just bang out New Heights right away.
Ready to plunder.
Ready to plunder. This guy has massively overperformed from how I thought it would actually do. Are we scared of Triple Ghost? You know that we are terrified of that. Triple Ghost has been an absolute face smasher for me.
Stop and smell the flowers.
Nothing better than getting 7 mana Ziliax off Traveler? Yeah. So one of the concerns against going versus this Shaman Terran list is that they have access to the Ghost, which says destroy the lowest cost card in your hand. So we want to be a little thoughtful not to have like 8, 8, 9, 9, 9, you know, and then they play Shutterwalk, triple the Battle Cry, and then just chew through our deck. Excuse me, chew through our hand. Hey, look, we're filling them up with froggies. Woo! So I am slightly worried. I think this is the right thing to do anyways, but like, these lists, I really do get quite worried about just a sudden bloodlust killing me. Okay, we are eating it. I want to note, one of the cards that I did cut was the SCV from my build. There it is. SCV, I think, is just not as important in this specific list.
Ready for dust off.
What do we have here? It's very easy to just up and die, like right now. I do think that there's some consideration of peeling a couple of these pricier thingies. Yeah. Rah, rah, rah. I think that's death. Because 8 and 6 is 14, and then 3 and 3. Alright, we live.
Ready to plunder.
What do we do here? I mean, probably some mixture of just like just smashing this up.
Strap in.
So let's just go armor, armor, refresh 3, play Yamato Cannon. We have some draw here. Oh. So there's 10 damage right there. 13 health. So we're not dead yet. Ow. Absolutely roasted, indeed. Sure. Now, I remember saying something about that brawl. I'm really just better than the average bear. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna activate this. We're then, how do I even want to do this? Yeah, I'm gonna do brawl, because one of two things happens. Either one of my cards lives. Oh, thanks, Dijon. I think this is the play, because my guy lives. Random effects did not actually provide to me any life steal, which stinks. And we're just holding steady at 3.
Got no patience for sitting around.
Okay. So, I'm not going to overreact yet. We had a very awkward opening hand. We also even had some varying lines with our opening hand. And we were close to stabilizing still. I kind of feel obligated to run Bob the Bartender. I just think it's so good.
Come and fight me.
There we go. That's more reasonable. Just having concussive shells. Hey, Faravax says, I vaguely remember someone running the numbers on the Call of Ragnarok hits years ago, and the probability was above average. It was like 5 standard deviations above norm. It was great. It was incredible. Is it the best I've ever done? Alright, we're up against a Shaman. Oh, look at this cool Thor. Oh, yeah, that's a good one to do. Diavosha says, Day9 is the Cassandra of video games. I don't actually know that reference. I literally am happy to coin this out because we have starports in here. And we already have both our concussive shells. We have one liftoff, so we could draw liftoff Rainer, but that's the only one that would cause us to be unable to play a starport the following turn. But then we can just play liftoff again. This card needs to go.
Operation.
Oh, secret, sure. So now this second game is the game that's actually showing how the deck works. You have this early game set of Terran cards, plus the Tortolan Travelers and the Arcanite Defense Crystals and so on.
Mysterious. What?
Sandra was an oracle from ancient Greece. Moog says Cassandra is in the database engine. I mean, probably. Okay, so... So it's a Hunter's Secret and a Mage Secret. I think that the correct play is first to shoot this one. It's a counterspell, that's actually okay. This is the one that I actually want to live, and then I just don't attack, because there's so many attack-based triggers. Nice. Freezing Trap, there you go. Mom and Papa says Cassandra's in the playable character from the Soul Calibur series. Day9 was seriously wounded, but the soul still burns. Alright. Ow. So we have a pretty good set of stuff already loaded into this. When this is launched, gains 7 armor. Seems relatively solid. Okay.
Raven online.
So, Raven is going to be very good, because this gives the bonus effects to this thing. And we can see the sort of same shape of stuff from before.
My eyes are flame, my cursed name.
This is a problem. Shutterwalk into Ghost is very terrifying.
Auto turret engage.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna launch it. No concerns, no fears. Elusive's good. So we could potentially lose this, this, and this if Villain plays a Ghost. Oh my god. Great. I'm just worried about the Ghost. Alright. Determining cards can potentially... All right. Sure. Casual 25 armor seems fine. So I think that something that I want to do is I actually do want to play Bob the Bartender right now. I just don't think Villain has Unkillax, which is what I really want this for. Draw a minion and get 2 copies of it. We have insanely high value minions. That is not bad at all, dude.
Engine scream. I love height.
So, dude, hams? Going ham on ham? Great. I like with this list being a little more proactive than a typical sort of warrior list would be. It's an insanely good draw. What I really want when I do this is I want 3 of the TNT dudes. 3 Boom Bosses and just start blowing up their whole deck. I think Boom Boss is very good in the current meta. There's a lot of really annoying lists where players will wait till like the last possible second and then blast out, you know, the Ceaseless Expanse into a hydration station, something like that. And I mean, honestly, Ham is kind of doing the same thing as Boom Boss, just a little bit more targeted.
There's always room for dessert.
Alright, simple turns. Killing the Siege Tank is a good one. Killing the Siege Tank is a good one. Oh my god. Dude, it's so funny. So, I've been going to the gym a lot recently. I'm actually doing it again. I'm feeling a little proud of myself, if I may be so honest. I'm going back to the gym lately and feeling very good about that. However, really? Yeah, sure. It's actually okay. Is this going to deal 5 damage to me? Wind Fury is a little annoying, but it's not actually the worst. I just play these 2. So, for those of you that don't know that I'm the greatest player that has ever lived, I just want to show you what it feels like to target an 8-9 from the right. You might not be used to seeing things like that, but this is Day9 TV, to be very clear. Villain thinks that we're lucky. We just planned it this way. And what did I eat through as well? Needle Rock Totem, that's right. But yeah, so I've been going to the gym lately, feeling very good, feeling a little proud of myself, go me. But this thing is happening where my body is sore from lifting weights. Very normal so far, hear me out. When I say to people, "Oh, my back is so tired," the immediate assumption is that I'm a nerd and I have terrible posture at my computer. And I say, no, I actually have like the whole ergonomics set up. I had to work through a lot of that when I was early on in my life. So we actually have a really great setup here, and I feel better the longer I'm at my computer. And wouldn't you know it, like no one believes me. Did Villain just concede? Great, we take those. Deck's working even better than expected. Let's see what else is in here.
There's always room for dessert.
Just go ahead and keep chomping at the bit. Alright, that's good. Oh, that's so good. Oh my god. We got a walking mountain. We got Golganath. Yeah. Alright, let's get the W's. So, I mean, outside of my opponent bailing, this is mostly the shape of the deck. NS War, what? My favorite question of the day so far. It says, could you explain mostly walking for someone who hasn't seen any stream on it? And is it on YouTube? It is on YouTube, but let me explain what it is. So, I don't know how old you are, but I grew up on old point-and-click adventure games, like the LucasArts games, like Grim Fandango and Sam & Max Hit the Road and Full Throttle and Day of the Tentacle, Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis.
Fear the coming.
Or the Sierra games, like the King's Quest, Space Quest, Police Quest games. Cyan Worlds games like Myst. What do I even think about this? I think I'd chuck it. This I do want to keep, this can wait. I grew up on those games. And so every Monday, me and two of my grad school buddies, Lee and Sean, we just play through those old point-and-click adventure games. And it's kind of interesting how that genre has turned into a bit of like a niche community, where in the Elden days, when there just were not that many games that were out, you know, these old point-and-click adventure games, the way they worked was you would talk to people, there were dialogue options, you'd get inventory items that were not like weapons, they were inventory items that would just be kind of random, like a yo-yo, or a marker with the cat missing, or a sandwich. And then you would have weird problems that you would solve doing bizarre lateral thinking. Something like, oh, there is a lock on a door, and the solution is that you need to take a sheet of paper and stick it under the door, remove the toothpick from the sandwich, and push the key out the other side so it falls on the paper and pull it under. But a lot of the time, the solutions kept getting more and more and more and more what was referred to as moon logic. And I think it was Gabriel Knight 3. Let me come back to the moon logic. So, if you have a game where, let's say the solution is you need to use the sandwich on the door. That's the action you would do in the game. Use sandwich on the door.
Ready to plunder.
And if you did that, you would get the key.
Raven online.
The problem with these kinds of binary puzzles from a game design perspective is there is one solution, and if you can't figure it out, you're dead. You literally are hosed.
Auto turret engaged.
This is an insanely good draw for me.
Engine screaming.
And so it very often resulted in the game just grinding to a halt, and you just couldn't move forward. And if the puzzles were way too obvious, like if there was a locked door and you had a key and the puzzle was use the key on the door, you're like, all right. Or if someone's like, I'm thirsty, and there's just a well, and you just take the bucket from the well and bring it to them, it doesn't actually feel like gameplay. So a lot of these old point-and-click adventure games started to get puzzles that were so abstract and required such insane moon logic, as we said before, that it resulted in something like this, where this puzzle, I believe, is from Gabriel Knight 3.
In the rear with the gear.
There is a guard in front of a manor, and you need to get past the guard to go into a party. The correct solution is the following. You have an ID of someone else. You then need to put glue above a small hole in a fence, scare a cat to run through the hole. The fur will get ripped off into the glue. You can remove the fur, put it on as a mustache on your face, and then you take the fake ID with a black pen and you draw the mustache on it. You give it to the guard, they look at the mustache and they go, checks out, and that's how you get into the manor. And so, so this should be Jim Raynor and Concussive Shell. Oh, Yamato Cannon, that's right. Well, you know, I just get whatever I want anyways, it's fun. And so there was this great article, I think, let me see if I can actually find it. The Suicide of Adventure Games.
Ready for dust off.
I'll actually paste it in here. So it's titled The Death of Adventure Games, because much like people talk about game genres today, oh my god, whatever happened to genre blah? The genre seems super dead right now. I wish it would come back. Oh, it's sad that it won't because it died in my lap. The genre's dead. People have been saying dead game, dead genre forever. And this article that I just linked about the death of adventure games, the way that the author writes it is he goes, no, it was actually a suicide of adventure games. They had so many weird moon logic puzzles that there was just no way at all to even understand how to make any progress, and so they became so stupidly inaccessible that of course people moved on to the casual games that at that time were games like Halo or first-person shooter games. And I'll say that I still adore those old point-and-click adventure games so much. I think they're so beautiful to me in a way. So I'm just literally going to play out my dudes. Because there's nothing but mystery and wonder. Here's a screen and there's a gate and I have no idea what's on the other side of the gate. It's not like I can stand like in a first-person game and peer through the gate and see what the castle is that's coming up. Instead, it's like you just don't know how to get through. And then suddenly you do get through and there's just this entirely new set of screens and an entirely new area. Oh my god, it feels just magnificent. Oh, fantastic. What even is in here? This is an 18-3. I mean, I'll probably brawl here just because I can. Run this guy out. Yeah, the ball seems good. Maybe I should Tortolan Traveler. I could get a cheap hand.
Nothing cruiser operational.
May as well.
And smell the flowers.
I would ideally like to bob the bartender the shutter walk that they play, because then I can bob the shutter walk and then I can triple proc Boom Boss. Yeah, so I mean, those games are very special to me because they are okay with you not knowing what the heck you're doing. Okay. Well, this is probably the best turn to Ziliax. They're just so special to me because you really are making no progress, and then you make progress, and there's no progress and no progress, then you make progress. So it's that frustration that contrasts with just the insanely high of, oh my god, we got through it. I just love them. And I think that if you are curious of a game to watch us play, I strongly recommend The Dig.
Ghost reporting.
Right?
He has heard our plea.
Alright. That's really the one that I would have preferred not to have live, but, you know, what can you do? I think I will do this. Maybe I should just run this guy out. I don't know, I think I'm being a little greedy. Oh, I got the Shutter Walk! Oh, that's so good. And what's interesting to me about the point-and-click adventure game genre is that there are still... Wow, that's lucky. There are still really solid, successful releases coming out in the space. I'm an enormous fan of Wajidai. 3 deal 5 damage. Okay, yeah, we're launching this thing. And this mana works out really well because I can play this. This starts blasting. Then we're gonna play ETC. We're gonna get our Fizzle. We're gonna get the Fizzle Bomber. Get another Boom Boss and another Bob the Bartender. Oh. So Wajidai Games is known for originally for the Blackwell games, which is there's a ghost who's a detective that teams up with the protagonist to solve supernatural cases. It's great. The villain is super dead. Unavowed, they released in 2018, I believe, and it's one of the greatest games I've ever played. So let's see here. So I pop this, and then I try to deal 1 billion damage straight up the nose. 1, 2. Obviously, I'd ideally like the New Heights run out earlier, but that's fine. It's fine. Wow, and it's gonna hit. Wow, I'm amazing. I got a siege tank. What else did I get from this? Oh, lock on. Great. That's a pretty good one to get. I want to point to the fact that this list, you can actually be proactive with it, because you start to get proactive with these kinds of threats, and then you just play a hydration station, or you play a Dr. Mechabong, whose name I cannot summon. Let's have Undying. Nice.
All right, I'm out.
See, I think that, like, for instance, a mistake that I'm making in this most recent game is I can just flip the starship, you know? Let me actually go back to my 10 out of 10 list. My favorite point-and-click adventure games are There Is No Game, Mist, Riven, Return to the Obra Dinn, and Unavowed.
You asked for it.
I can also go to the Mostly Walking Wiki. Let's see here. All completed games. Let's see here. So we're going to send all these ones back. We don't want any of these. Let's see. Wow. We've been a lot of games on that show. Stasis Bone Totem, I think, was amazing for the first 2/3, and then it kind of fell off. We've played King's Quest 1, 5, 6, and 7. Damn. And the 2015 King's Quest. Strangeland is a recent one that I actually thought was quite solid. This is slightly awkward. Okay, so there's 2 kind of mage lists that come to mind right away. One of them is the aggro elemental mage. I haven't really seen that in a while. The other one is the Colossus mage. And what the Colossus mage is trying to do is cast a bunch of Protoss spells to boost the damage of the Colossus, because when the Colossus enters, it says deal N damage twice, where N just gets buffed more and more and more and more as you cast spells. So you can come out and do like 15 damage, and then like 15 damage. The fact that Villain's doing this is terrific. The fact that I haven't seen anything makes me think it's more than likely that elemental list. You know, a while back when I was making this list, I was trying to do the Fizzle Zola infinite recursion, where I would just draw to the end of my deck, have a couple hydration stations in hand, play Fizzle, play Zola, shuffle it in, cast hydration station. Play Fizzle, play Zola, cast hydration station. And like, as cool as infinite value sounds, I knew it was. As cool as infinite value sounds, I just died way too much. And so I'm kind of changing how I'm constructing this list, because I think that the early game is very stable with all the Terran package, Arcanite, Defense Crystal. Still am kind of a fan of this one. You know, we're now running brawls, but I run a bunch of sweepers and so on. But I mean, even before Fizzle got nerfed and there's no more infinite combo, I don't know, I kind of was wanting to make it more proactive anyways.
Operational.
Tide Pod pupil, let's go. So we have some options here. I'm going to go for the shield block double. Am I, though? Yeah, I think I am. Nice. I think that this card often is like a stupidly obvious choice all the time, but there's so many swarmy lists, notably the Zerg Death Knight list, that, like, you know, carefully saving until you can do a good brawl is like an actual relevant consideration. Man, I'm cold. I'm putting my sweater back on. I have been cold all day today. I've been cold all day. All right, Concussive Shell, Arcanite, Defense Crystal, Starport. I think it's really important to be incredibly proactive with this list once you start to get some momentum, because that can just really hose enemies. You get like a lot of persistent pressure. You know, these Starports I think are like one of the best cards in the game right now. You just keep churning out pieces and sending them in. I'm cold. Did you play the Daedalus encounter? I've never even heard of that mode. Scholastic says, Day9, any delineation for you between best and most fun? Do you mean in general, or do you mean in my gaming taste? This is fine. So, I mean, my play is abundantly clear. Slam that down. I will say that I do delineate between most fun and best. Because, for instance, a game like StarCraft 1 or Dota, a lot of times StarCraft's certainly the best example of this, or Age of Empires. These very challenging, skill boundary pushing games I find very compelling, but I don't always find them fun. Like StarCraft, I often find to not be very fun. But that's okay, because the experience is very meaningful. And I care a lot about being able to have a meaningful experience. Because, like, you know, there's games where there's just fun, crunchy, satisfying stuff falling out of everything, but because it's just not a very compelling experience to me, I'll just kind of peter out on it. So we're already dealing 2 damage to all things. What a waste. So I'm absolutely going to launch this.
Operation.
Stop and smell the flower.
Road Mage Fireball face there. It's an automatic effect from this weapon. It says the end of your turn, cast a helpful mage spell, lose 1 durability. Totoro says, a way of articulating this that I found very accurate is to make a distinction between things that make you happy and things that satisfy your values, like solving a hard puzzle, which might not make you happy, but does satisfy you. Ooh, I like that. That's nice. I'm stealing that shit. That's mine now. And suddenly, you know what it means to be a content creator. Did you make it? No, but I did upload it to YouTube. Well, let's give you all the money. Society. That hurts. Not gonna do very much.
Love height.
That is actually alright by me.
The flower.
Oh, we got him! Let's just kill both Colossi right now. Alright, got the Tide Pod Pupil, and... Ah, dang. We got Warp Gate. I mean, Warp Gate's pretty good. And I want to observe that the traditional control player list tends to be thinking reactively.
8 combatant center, and I take the crown.
Sure, take my 8/7. Oh, draw a minion? Get 2 copies of it? Very clever. Very, 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 very clever. Because now you can get multiple Colossi, and if you don't have any other Colossi in the list... Well, no, maybe that's less clever than I thought, especially if these are the cards that are getting run. That's an issue.
I love height.
Raven online.
Alright. Not the worst thing ever.
I love height.
I want just a few more things to die. Gentleman Jim D says, do you think this deck is better when you make multiple starships and then bring them all back at the end? Or make one good starship and hydration station it back? Well, when you say bring them all back at the end, well, I'm going to answer something that you didn't really phrase, but I've seen people misunderstand this. Jim Raynor will relaunch all the starships. But if I have, say, this big taunt starship and another big taunt starship, they both will... Oh, that's kind of insane. Great. Hydration Station can't do both. Hydration Station will do one of them. Hey, it's actually not that bad. I do this first. Still no Colossi. I mean, I'm hoping to just continue to gain a ton of armor. I will certainly want to launch this, and then play Jim Raynor to relaunch. Gentleman Jim D says, my issue is that I'll make a good one and hydration station it back, but then Raynor at the end will only bring back the one. Yeah, I think that generally I'd say Gentleman Jim D. With the way that I've built the deck, I'm kind of avoiding thinking about that.
Stand with me.
There's a funny interaction here. I'm specifically kind of avoiding that because I'm just proactive. I just try to cast things and activate things quickly. And that logic has been really helpful for me. So if you attack like that, it actually does spend a durability on the mage spell, which is kind of hilarious. Which I dare say is hilarious. Alright, well, I actually will change the sequencing order of this. Will I do that?
Battle cruiser operation.
Let's make it count.
you love to see that. Let's pick off a Colossus, shall we? And we got Shield Battery. All right. And we also got... Ah, we got Hollow Technician. Okay. That's actually okay.
Presentation is everything.
Oh, he has a bunch of those then? Okay. Okay. You got it. It's pretty sick, if I'm being honest. What a sick card. Nehemiah resolves. Don't hit me. Ow. Alright, that is a good card. So, how many cards do I have left? I have 9 cards, and if I do 8, I have 5 left over. Yeah, why not? Draw, draw. Draw, draw. Probably refresh and then do some stuff. This is more proactive. So this. We got a Colossus! Amazing! Oh, dude, targeted brutality. Deal 10 damage to all enemies twice. Improved by Protoss spells you cast. And I know it says 12, but the Protoss spells reduce the cost, so. I'm the greatest! Yeah! Woo! Go me! I do have an ETC, and I'll probably kill Jade in this game. It's a Yogg in a box. Oh, wow, I mean, that's...
Operation.
Damn, this guy's good. Whoa! How many times are you gonna sweep? Yes.
I must be decisive.
You got it. Alright, reverberations, sure. Alright, I mean, seems good to me. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna play Bob the Bartender, and we're gonna draw a card and get 2 copies of it. So this is Boom Boss, or it's ETC. ETC is totally fine by ET me. So I'll play this guy first. You know, I don't actually know the interaction here. I'm just gonna do this. I'm like really curious what'll happen. I don't know if I can just get a bunch of fizzles. Hippie Doda says cheers to one of the best creators on Twitch. Thanks for all the smiles throughout the years. Hippie Doda, mwah! Thanks for stopping by. You make me feel so nice. Hey, you know what's kind of nuts is that this is my 16th year of being a broadcaster. I thought Fizzle was changed to once per game. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm curious what the interaction is with ETC and the sideboard. So, like, if I play ETC, is Fizzle gone from the sideboard? I think it's actually just not there. So I think I just, like, gotta get Kill Jaden.
I must be decisive.
Mr. Kessler says, I wonder how many of your viewers are younger than your channel. Alright. Well, what am I gonna do? Be like, hey, who here is younger than 16? That's... You know, if we actually just take more than 1 second to think about it, there's not any way to ask this question that doesn't make me sound absolutely appalling. Straight to jail. Or I guess more accurately, it would be straight to YouTube. That's a pretty good joke. Oh, man. All right, so we can play Kill Jaden right now. I don't think there's anything that noteworthy that's in the list.
Sounds like a plan.
Lift off into a lift off. Well, that's hilarious.
Sounds like a plan.
I can't hear you.
Oh. God, this guy is just a doish.
Let's have a blast. No can do.
You want a piece of me, boy? Few cards.
So now that these things are going to die, I can just make a lot more starships. Mostly Astro Blue says, I notice you often refer to yourself as a broadcaster. Given not many other streamers and content creators use that word, I was wondering if that's quite a conscious decision. Is broadcaster a term you prefer for streamer or content creator? I've never even really thought about it. Mostly Astrid. I've never even thought about it. I think I say I've been broadcasting to just be a little bit more all-encompassing, because, I mean, I have done commentary and... No! Ow! No! I've been doing lots of things that fall under that category of broadcasting for a long time. So, like, streamer, to me, like, doesn't capture everything that I've done.
Oh, pull out. Sorry.
Getting low on cards.
This is the game.
I have seen creation, and I will bring destruction.
Okay, there it is. I was just...
Ready to plunder.
It does feel like a lot of value. I'll take the kill, Jade. This is a good board. In the background now is Sean. Almost every day I miss the SC dailies. They were so enjoyable to watch. I'm proud of those. And I'm glad you like it. Glad about that. I kind of want to stand up, but my green screen goes to the ceiling, and the ceiling is low in this office. Real Fun Day Monday gamers. Dude, Fun Day Mondays were so hard. Oh my god. Oh my god, those were so hard. Holy moly.
Garrosh versus Garrosh.
Victory or death! Bring it on!
Okay, so this is maybe an ideal hand. We're up against a warrior, and most warriors are doing what I'm doing. So some of the plays that we're specifically looking for are to get Boom Boss down very early, or get repeated instances of Boom Boss. So depending upon what Calypso does, if they play a... Wow.
Smell the flower.
Wow! Wait, what is happening? The deck is moaning. It's so good. Oh. I am he.
Garrosh versus the Lich King.
Will serve me in death.
All will serve me in death. Is that you? Alright, so we found the final boss. We've drawn the final boss as well. So we expect that we're up against a Death Knight Zerg player. So what this list is trying to do is play the Infestor, which says when this creature dies, all Zerg minions get +1/+1 for the rest of the whole game, man.
Ready for dust off.
And then there's lots of ways to just continuously replicate that effect, like getting an Infestor to resurrect when it dies. Getting this Brood Queen. This is actually what I want to do. Like getting this Brood Queen to just put larva into the hand to get more Infestors. Or getting a card like Death Growl that says give or target a minion with Death Rattle, spread its Death Rattle to adjacent minions. So there's just, it's a real pain in the ass when the Zerg player just starts getting, you know, +8/+8. That's a very good draw. So a lot of how we are going to succeed in this matchup kind of depends on the opening draw. One of the strategies that we can employ is what we're doing right now. We just apply the hell out of a lot of pressure, and we use our proactivity to overwhelm it. Other ways are to aggressively disrupt the combo. Fine. Yeah, I mean, like, Villain is dead now.
Engine scream.
Is this... Yeah, why not? Get some 2/2s with taunt. Very difficult too. My shoulder phasing out. Yeah, it's a green sweater, man. It's me, Sweater Man. Yeah, I mean, this was a little hilarious with the Viper, but I mean, even if you imagine that this is not here and they just played another card, like, we have a threatening board. I don't even know what you play here. What, Baneling? I mean, I played this list a lot. Dude, the DK Zerg list was just like straight to legend. You just sprint to legend with it. And so I started making this list because I was growing tired of the DK mirror. No idea how the ranking system works. I just keep hitting go until I become legend. And I mean, even though the Hearthstone looks kind of insane in a lot of ways compared to the old Hearthstone. I mean, honestly, like, I like the gameplay way better now.
Death. Victory or death.
Death Knight, Garrosh's Gift. It's fine to keep. Hunter C. Jr. says, have you checked out Deadlock? What are your thoughts on it as a Dota guy? Well, I have good news for you. You can go to my YouTube and see a video that I made talking about why it's awesome. But, I mean, I think, Hunter, it's so good. I think it's stupid good. Now that my opponent has given me some additional mana, or some additional cards, I think I want to try to ramp up my mana quickly, but again, I want to err on the side of proactivity overall. Still playing Deadlock. Boom Awesome. Right now, the only time I play games is on stream. I haven't done games off stream in a long time. So right now, we are truly devastated because the Brittlebone Buccaneer often is played before the opponent just smashes down an Infestor. That's great. Oh, thank you, my starsies. Oh my goodness.
Battle cruiser operation.
So, I mean, the play here is pretty clear. I don't want to be a little more active. If my opponent plays an Infestor, I will bob to pull the Infestor back to us. Although, bobbing to get Boom Boss might actually be killer. Alright, we're just drawing Boom Boss. I guess is another alternative, huh? So I think that what Villain is trying to do is just make absolutely damn certain that they can get the Infestor. So let's see here. So I don't really want to play. I'm gonna do this. And I do want to play Boom Boss, like, very aggressively. Like, our hand just has an insane amount of power in it. I probably will need to launch this turn, just to make sure that I have some mech at all. Okay, I don't even know what I'm looking at here.
Engine 3.
Operation.
I had to do that because we're out of cards. So, these cards, like Mosh Pit, to give a friendly minion Reborn, all the Zerg pieces, I think that this is going way too hard on the Infestor idea. Like, I mean, everything right now just looks weird. I don't even know what I'm looking at. There's been no Infestor. Maybe an Infestor comes out now, and the play is Infestor, charge, give it Reborn, charge, give it Reborn, charge. Another potential thing is that they're trying to set up Reska, whatever her name is, the 6/3, but when she dies. Sure. It's fine.
I'm gonna enjoy it.
I really like Boom Boss Thogron in this meta. Like, an insane amount.
Eyes on the horizon!
The citadel stands strong.
What's happening? Like... Alright, we've had some goofy games. Hooray, I'm winning. There it is.
Garrosh versus the Lich King.
Darkness.
Alright.
On cold.
Against the Death Knight. Excellent. So we're sending these back. This is pretty acceptable as an opening. So maybe I want to hold on to Bob the Bartender in order to get something like, you know, to pull the Rexa back.
Death comes.
That is a spectacular draw. I think the Soul Starport card is just busted. It's just so good. Death comes. Oh, my opponent's name is Ender. Oh, that's so tough. That's so tough.
Eyes on the horizon.
Okay, so this is where, because I know what this deck is about, the better play is to do this to make sure that the Infestor can't just come down the following turn. That's just literally a better play.
Eyes on the horizon.
Death comes.
Yeah, no, that's terrible news for us. Never mind, I'm the greatest player that ever lived. Oh, single Yamato cannon, go! Mute him so he doesn't have to tell me the death is coming anymore. I mean, honestly, I do like playing very, very proactively with this list. So, like, the following turn, I'm thinking of just Bob the Bartendering to draw and just get a copy. RSS, one of my, like, 10 follows on Blue Sky. What up, dude? Alright, okay, cool. Now you have to spend 3 corpses to do stuff.
Stop and smell the smell.
Drawing the other Tortolan Traveler makes me want to do Bob the Bartender even more. Because, I mean, the remaining creatures in my deck are the Arcanite Defense Crystals, which would be fine to have, Ziliax, Boom Boss, Mecha Man. Death Growl. And see, our opponent messed up because this needs 3 corpses, and there's only 2 here. I mean, that said, what we're gonna do is we are still...
Combatant center, and I take the crown.
I'm taking this.
I love
Weapon scribe. Job done.
It's my Infestor now, dude. What an absolute turkey. So they have one more Infestor in the entire deck. Oh my god, Vlam! Good to see you, dude. What up, Vlam? Easy. Sure. I don't think I have the deal 2 damage to everything guy yet, yeah. Blah, blah, my house. Brr. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. No. All right. We've got some options. How many options is too many options? This is what I'd rather do. This could become a problem. That's okay. It's totally fine. Ow, 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 ow. Ah! Ah! Alright, so... Oh, is he just gonna give that one Reborn now, too? Blood Moon? Yeah, Orbital Moon, excuse me. Blood Moon, sorry. Sorry, I've been thinking about Bloodborne recently. Bang. We're meandering our way towards being able to have, like, a substantial turn. I really need this guy out, because this can get us the scary stuff that can get resurrected by Inventor Boom. Villain is all in on this card right now, though. Blue, 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 blue. Scrawrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrr
operational.
Nice. That was me being them. Alright, that is helpful.
Stop and smell.
Because now we actually get another Ceaseless Expanse. And we're relatively close to just hard casting the Ceaseless Expanse, which is terrific. A Viper hurts here, but the Viper, when we have the Infestor, wouldn't that be sweet? To get the Arcanite? No!
Creation, and I will bring destruction.
Alright, let us see here. Let's see here. Let us see here. This is not a mech, is it? Different friendly mechs cost 5 or more. Eh. The work that this is putting on. Love to see that one. So definitely this one. I think 5, 7, so this is 12. Yeah, I think that this is okay. Because then we'll be at 12, we can launch this for 5, and then relaunch everything there, and then we can begin to stabilize. What up, Gamified? Dude, I'm so bald. I honestly, I had no idea how much better life became when you just shave your head. It's amazing. I can fall out of bed and get on a call, and like I don't have to worry about having a cowlick. I have way less hair product. I just gently tousle the skin on my head. It's friggin' awesome. Infestor? So, different taunt guys that were played this game. That should actually be pretty good. This, these. Oh, my other mech didn't have taunt. That's right. All right. I hath makey a mistakey. But that's okay. We never give up. We never surrender. So you got to worry about Scalp sunburns if you don't have hat. Yeah, dude. Like I've gone outside with my head bald, and I'm just like, oh, it's so cold. oh. Yeah, who's the infestor now? See, I actually think Bob the Bartender to pull the infestor was less impactful than I imagined that it would be. Sure. Ow. 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 Alright, let us see here. So this will... Perfection. Well, I think I want to do this. Just get rid of their card advantage. That guy's been alive forever. Forever. So we'll get to Jim. That's good.
Shout it from the mountaintop.
All right. Perfection. I mean, it appears that I am dead. All right, if you want to pop it one more time. I mean, if you wanna. All right. Ow! 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 Okay. Oh, it gives them all reborn as well. Oh, that is just so sick. So I think we hold off on Jimmy one more time. Because this should be some big ones. Hey, we get a starport. Hell yeah.
Engine scream.
Remember this turn.
Insignificant.
Alright. We are hanging on by a thread. Really, the thing that killed us was that Brood Queen that was just alive for like 6 turns or whatever it was. Alright. You hear me typing, I'm just flirting with my wife. Yeah! Yeah, do whatever you want. Do you see the uncanny calm with which I navigate this situation? Do you see it? I really need to kill this bastard.
I have but little time.
You keep your rotations out of work? I can't! In my office, which is the home that I live in, I am required, actually, to flirt.
The citadel stands strong.
Alright. This one? Nice. Alright, cool.
Let's make it count.
Ooh. So this is gain 4 times 6, 5 times 6. Can I just give a shout out to the deck? Can I just give a shout out to the fact that we still haven't died. Still haven't done it. Will we die soon? I would say so. I mean, if I draw my Fizzle Bomber card, I think we'll be okay. Okay, so this is these are just infestors, right? They don't have 1,000,001 death rattles on them. All right.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan.
Engine screaming.
You want a
Shouted from the mountaintop.
Ooh, this is a little rough. This is a little bit rough. You know, I actually think the correct play was to Bob the Bartender to draw a creature and get 2 duplicates of it. It substantially weakens Viper plays. And, I mean, I actually think that I should have enough stability with this list. In so many ways. So this is 2 damage to all enemies. The best is when you get poisonous on this, and then it deals 2 damage to everything poisonous and it kills it. I feel like I haven't hit a single dynamite yet, right? Alright. Ding, ding, ding. Let's just get the Zergling to live. That's really what I want. I just want the Zergling to live, you know? I'm insanely good at that.
Battle cruiser operational.
Alright.
Let's have a blast.
So there should be bombs here, right? Alright, yeah, I realize the problem is that I'm not declaring what it's gonna be. So yeah, that'll nuke a lot.
I am low on cards.
So that's it. They're out of cards.
Out of cards.
You know, it's just now occurring to me that I'm probably going to win this game. I really feel... Oh, maybe not now. Those are some good card draw options, not going to lie. Some 9/12 Brood Queens. I guess what I need now is Fizzle off the top. Maybe we can just die next turn. Fizzle package right off the top. I mean, that'll also do. Just a Zergling. That's all I want for Christmas is a Zergling. I mean, I think I've called it every single time. Marine first. I actually think it's better to do it in this order. This saves us more health damage. I'm not trying to look to super win. I'm actually just looking for some more turns. Five cards left. There are certainly some bad ones. Oh no! All right. I will say though, this list is pretty well engineered to deal with that. Pretty well engineered to deal with that, even with that play that I did with Bob, where I put the Infestor in my hand, and I don't know, I was more pleased that I was taking it than I think that it was valuable for winning. But man, Bob's, dude, Bob's just drawing. I mean, I really feel very good about that matchup. I historically have had a positive win rate in there. Draco Dominus' DKs have an answer for everything. I don't really feel like that's what happened here, and I don't think they do. I think that I'm actually the man. And the thing is that, like, I've played this deck enough. Okay, so what are we up against? I see. I've played with this deck enough where, like, even if I'm getting very low on health, I'm just not that worried because, as you saw, I just spiked an additional, like, 80 health out of nowhere. This is our most important card in this matchup, so it's very good that we have that right now. What we would love is an ETC so I can just get double Boom Boss. I love this play from Daniel Lillidan.
Stop and smell the flowers.
Struggling says, feel like Concede was one turn early. Wasn't lethal on the board? Wasn't lethal on the board? Yeah, there was lethal on the board because my opponent had 4 things that dealt a minimum of 8 damage. So that's a total of 32. My health was in the 20s, and they just used the hero power to blast right on through. I'm not going to attack, I'm just going to hold. And Garrosh's gift probably makes sense early game to try to draw into ETC. I would like multiple boom bosses. That's probably the best thing for me and my son. Okay, I mean this is just a more proactive way to do this.
Smell the flowers.
RPG Princess, how do you always stay calm and fun despite losing when so many people get upset? When I was younger, I got upset when I lost. It's a skill to improve at. Because I don't know, I think there's a lot of people, or a lot of reasons, excuse me, why people get mad.
Battle cruiser operational.
We do this. Because I kind of would love to get a Bob out, but I can also boom boss next turn. What do we think here? This is very good to play early on. I might actually just wait a turn on the boom boss. Gift execute. It has shroud, so it can't be targeted. But yeah, no, I mean, I played StarCraft 1, which is just the most brutal game in the universe. I mean, it's just a hateful game. Oh, so he's gonna play his hand. Okay. And it's gonna get my Bob. Oh, I'm okay with that, honestly. So what we're gonna do is we are going to, what does this do? One hit, okay. So let's get there, Bob. Oh, that's the best possible card we could have gotten. Oh, we're so good at the video game. Oh my god, I didn't realize that I'm the best gamer of all time. Okay.
Ready for dust off.
Battle cruiser operation. Action packed perfection.
Action packed perfection. I'm getting a little, just a tiny bit greedy. I mean, literally, Bob, the reason I got Bob in this list is this matchup. I'm honestly quite concerned about...
Engine screaming.
I'm worried. I'm quite worried about Bob. Bob hosing me. I mean, honestly, Elite Tauren Chieftain would be just the absolute stone cold nuts. I'm gonna need to start doing some stuff here soon, though.
Strap in.
I think I would rather lose this guy, because I can get it back. No, this is the play that I should have been doing for a while. This is what I should have been doing. Because if my opponent plays Bob and gives it back to their hand, they'll eventually replay it or eventually resurrect it, and I have more ways. Okay, this is good. I would rather this happens, and then I can hit them with the boom boss than... I need to be a little careful about ETC. But, you know, honestly, if ETC gets popped...
Ready to plunder.
Still fine. Brawls are actually quite good here.
Ready to plunder.
How many cards do I have left? 11. There's some bad ones to mill, but I think I still feel like we're all right. Let's see. I think I do want to go full greed here. I think I want to go full greed. It's an interesting play. Best possible mill in the deck. Draw 2. Draw. There's Bob. Draw. Sorry, I had to count. Nice. All right, that is a great play. That is an amazingly good play. I am amazing, and I will be hoiting the enemy in a second. Yeah. I don't think I have enough mana to do all the stuff. It's totally fine. Zombie Grub! Zombie Grub just raided us! What up, Jessica? Oh my god, Zombie Grub. Dude, I was watching your stream yesterday, or maybe, how many days ago was it? It was whenever Clem was playing against Max Packs. Oh wait, that's every day of the week. I'm supremely unworried by this because I do not want this because I have Boom Boss and they do not. Oh, I didn't even see that guy there. Oops. I was busy screaming Jessica at the top of my lungs. Jessica! Alright, so now I can begin Boom Bossing. And they don't have a lot of cards left in their deck. Why not kill Jaden? Kill Jaden it's not really going to help us win as much as Boom Boss is going to help us win. And I think the easiest way to demonstrate this is just to kind of show it happening. Because what's going to happen is with Kill Jaden, we never run out of value. With Boom Boss, we can just spike really, really hard and just start blowing people up. So, I'm going to Boom Boss here. And so now, when I fizzle again, we can start picking off key cards in their hand and deck, including their fizzle. Here comes more, bang, bang, bang. And that means the probability of hitting the third one is incredibly high. All right, great. So now we basically cleared out their whole deck. All right, we didn't hit the fizzle, but that's okay. We hit Hydration Station, we hit Jim Raynor, we hit Ziliax. I mean, that's pretty sick. Yeah. I mean, it was our Ziliax, which is kind of funny. But now you can see that it's incredibly difficult to lose. I mean, literally just carefully timing my Boom Boss might just have literally won the whole video game for us. Yeah, sure, they're more than allowed to do that. Keep in mind, we have Bob. Wow, I really wish I had that a while back. Okay.
What now?
8 combatants enter, and I take the crown.
Let's take this one back.
Engine 3.
And we're just launching this, man. Oh damn, it gained the random effects. I mean, hit me for 15. It's all right. We're good. I actually.
Make it count.
I mean, that's just sheer bad luck. I don't know what to say.
Cruiser operational.
Hydration station, I guess. I think I still have a Ceaseless Expanse. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Honestly, that's quite funny. But I think that the better play here is going to be to just pop this guy out, right?
Commencing bombardment. Commencing bombardment. Cruiser operation.
Job's done. Fresh out of cards.
I think the Expanse got chewed up. Is my recollection. My recollection. I think we played this extremely well. I'm pretty pleased. More than anything, I'm pleased with our little Decaroni. Not a big deal at all. Action-packed per action-packed per action-packed per action-packed perfection, perfection. I'm almost out of cards. Okay, so I think we brawl into Hydration Station. That seems like the play, right?
Perfection. Insignificant.
I mean, if Villain is trying to out Hydration Station me, I'm going to win that battle. Sure.
Perfection.
If you guys have never heard the line action-packed perfection, you're about to hear it a lot.
Insignificant. Perfection.
Alright. Alright, something won. Did you guys hear that? I don't know if you heard that, but there's some action-packed perfection going down here.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Well, I think the play that I want to do
Insignificant. Commencing bombardment. Perfection.
They're alive.
Insignificant.
You know, I remember saying a few turns ago that I think that greed is good here.
Engaging TC-1 into this location.
You got it. It resolves. Now, let me just show you the most satisfying way to win the game possible. This is the most satisfying way. Okay?
You want
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot this. We're gonna go ahead and play Boom Boss Run. And just for fun.
All right, I'm out.
Here we go. Action-packed perfection. This deck rules, man. No fun allowed. Yeah. I'm telling you, Boom Boss Thogrun is slapper.
Garrosh versus Celeste.
Possibilities are endless.
Victory or death!
Seems good to me. It's not a bad draw. I need to use the restroom after this game because I've been doing nothing but drinking like tens of feet of water. Mage. Okay, so this mage villain is more than likely a Colossus Pal. So we don't really need to save Bob for a Ziliax, as we kind of felt obligated to do in the previous one.
Gold in them there waters.
I smell gold in them there waters.
Keep on panning.
This, I think, is a fine play. Again, I want to err on the side of being as proactive as I can without messing up my curve. So, getting this medevac out, and then turn 3, Tortolan Traveler, turn 4, Yamato Cannon. Yeah, okay, so it is a Protoss Mage. I'm the greatest of all time.
Stop and smell the flowers.
Villain can play a single thing. He'll probably Chrono Boost to get a Zealot out, or as we often say, a Zealot. How many feet to a leader? 30? Oh. What a turkey. God, how lucky am I feeling right now? How lucky does a Sean feel? One Tortolan is in the list. Dang. So I want to do the proactive play. I will follow up with an ETC, likely. So let's count. Tortolan Traveler is bad. Arcanine Defense Crystal is so-so. And those are really it. So if we bob right now, I actually like this play to bob. We're going to draw and get 2 copies. We're hoping it's not Ziliax. Ziliax would be okay. Seasonal Expanse would also be fine.
Job's done.
Amazing draw. Absolutely amazing. I mean, incredible draw. The reason being, this list is trying to get a Colossus out, and they tend to not really run that many minions. So we can get real dumb real fast.
I'm rich! There's always room for dessert!
Eating a Ziliax. That'll do. Alright, sure.
Annihilation commencing. Annihilation commencing.
Okay. So here is the play. We do this, we brawl, and then we're gonna flip it. far, so good. Applying pressure. Villain is drawing really aggressively, so I think I do want to boom boss.
Everybody, hold for the camera!
Ooh, now what do I actually want to do here? This is an interesting question. I think I know what I want to do. I think this is what we want to do. This is already going to be healing us for 6 upon death. So what I really want to do is I want to boom boss ASAP. Well, twice. All right.
Who's ready for another round?
Nasty. Absolutely nasty. Oh my god, he already got the snapshot card in. You know, I just should have played this one earlier. That's what I should have done. This play for greed, I think, is literally incorrect. I think that now that I'm staring my own decisions in the face, I'm realizing the degree to which I am worried. Alright.
Let's make it count.
Using more armor. It's gonna shoot some stuff, depending upon the order. Yep, that was a mistake. I make you a mistakey. It's a snapshotted one, and this is actually gonna be really hard to survive. I mean, they can likely just cast another one cold.
Who's ready for another round?
Yep. Yeah, so the error that I made was, I mean, this guy's drawing super aggressively, and I should have identified that way earlier. I don't think that there is now any way to live. I guess we can do this. So if this is launch and give 7 armor, we'd be able to live. But yeah, so we lose here. And this is something that I find really fun about this list, is it just feels like there's a lot of different lines that I could be taking throughout. And I think that one, I needed to just play the Boom Boss. Boom Boss is incredibly good in this meta. I should have used the restroom. Should have used it.
Garrosh versus VO7TRON.
All systems are go!
Okay, so this card is actually really nice against Rogue. The Rogue list that I'm actually worried about is the Weapon Rogue that can just kill you on turn 5. Alright, let us see. Yeah, I need to use the restroom, but I don't need to use it that badly. I am doing okay.
It would seem we're on a prime. Error alert!
Error alert. Love to hear that. Alright, this seems a little bit better. Alright. Well, I don't think there's that much else to do. I think I do want to save the coin. Armor is... Take all the armor I can get. Just for thoughts, is there any other rogue than Weapon Rogue? There are some, like, wacky, draw a bunch of card rogues. Try to play the Giants and Shadow Dancers. Dirty Vic says, don't you guys just love waterfalls? I prefer not to go chasing them. And just stick to the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to. Song was banging. Sometimes I actually wonder if my fingers are going to be exhausted by the time I'm like 50. Because I'm like constantly fidgeting and doing stuff with my hands. Like endlessly. Alright, so I feel a good bit that we've stabilized.
Stop and smell the flowers.
I should just be slamming out Boom Boss. I think I should generally be slamming out Boom Boss, I think. Fogmere says, as someone who recently just developed carpal tunnel, it's not worth it. I had carpal tunnel between the ages, like on and off, between the ages of like 18 and 22. And I just know how to hold my body and make it not happen now. Which is really great for those insanely long gaming sessions I wanted to do. And Fogmere, the biggest thing that has been helpful for me with carpal tunnel is, for me, I would play games, and to hold a mouse, you squeeze the pinky and the thumb together, and this is where the nerve goes, median nerve. And so by pinching like this, I was just causing pressure and inflaming that nerve. And so what I did is I got a much wider mouse. I literally went on Amazon and looked up all the mice that are like gamer mice, and I just purchased whatever was the widest one. And not only did that substantially help, but like my accuracy is way better. Which, as a gamer, I care about.
I love
Ham, ham, ham. Da-da-da-da-da. Ham, ham, ham. Eat that booty. Yeah. One boy in all the world says, I watched a Are You Smarter Than a Fourth Grader video, and this question came up. Joey's bicycle needs a new tire
Annihilation.
every 2 years. In 52 months, how many new tires did he need? What's the correct answer? There's a little bit of ambiguity, but the idea is if it starts with... It says Joey's bicycle needs a new tire every 2 years, as opposed to 2 new tires every 2 years. There's also how many tires total versus how many tires that are existing. So if you can clarify a few of those pieces to me, I would greatly appreciate it. So I can do this, and then... I don't even know if I want Photographer Fizzle. I might just want the Exodar. Definitely not kill Jaden. You know, I'm just going to get Fizzle, because I'm just not entirely sure where Villain is headed. Only one tire is changed per time. So let's see here. Joey's bicycle needs a new tire every 2 years. Now, this is another thing, which is... it's very easy to say, oh, it needs a new tire every 2 years, but is it each tire individually is on that 2-year clip? So maybe they're offset by a little bit. So let me state explicitly, therefore, the way that I am going to parse this puzzle. 2 bicycle tires. After 24 months, a new one arrives. So that's the first new one. 24 months later, we are now at 48 months, a second one arrives. And therefore, we have done the tire re-up twice, and the answer is 2. That's how I would interpret it.
I must be decisive. I can't hear you.
Game said the answer is 3. Yeah, there's enough ambiguity in how that question is worded that that does not surprise me. Dude, I love this card. I'm just slamming him. Yeah, no, like, because the thing is that I studied math, I've taught math, I love math, And Math has so many of these kind of like, well, it really depends a little bit on what exactly the wording is.
I bask in the twilight.
Man, I think these brawls is one of the better decisions I've made in this game.
The merging is complete.
The merging is complete. Ow. Oh, do I just get burst down? Oh, sick. So that's 16 damage to the face right now. Perhaps that's GG. Yo, that is an insanely sick amount of damage. That is so cool. I've never even seen this deck before, man. That's awesome. Oh my god. This is 8 damage to the enemy hero, 2 damage every turn, so I need a brawl to kill everything. And then there's probability that we just up and die. So let's go ahead and just brawl first. And we're just gonna hope that something happens. I don't even know. Should have done this first. That's okay.
You fight boldly.
It appears I have died. I've been silenced and smacked. Okay, so this was an aggro list. And I think that, like, this is the first time I've seen this list, and I would have made substantially different decisions. But that's a really interesting list to just, like, suddenly burst you up. I gotta use the restroom. Suddenly burst forward and just deal, like, you know, 30 damage very suddenly. I think that was a really, really cool deck. We're going to definitely continue to play this in a second.